No, I don't have to give my last name, do I?
No, just introduce yourself.
Yeah.
And then tell people how you know me.
Okay, all right.
Okay, ready?
Yeah, we'll go.
Go.
Okay. My name is Serena, and I know Cassie because she's my neighbor, and we're friends. So that's how we know each other.
Okay.
You want to go with the first question?
Sure. Have you ever felt guilt?
Guilt from sadness, right?
Yes.
That's the whole guilt from sadness. When I was working as a sales representative in a company, and the company ended up failing after many years, and which was a really, really sad occasion because we were like a family. It was one of the first major companies that I had ever worked for, and we were very, very close. We all knew each other really well. So when it did fail unexpectedly, we were all pretty sad about it. But then because I was a sales rep, I felt personally responsible. So I felt guilty that perhaps there was something more I could have done. And in the end, it had nothing to do with me or my sales. It was a whole other issue I found out later. But there was still that feeling of guilt.
So who motivates you in your life?
Well, the one person who had motivated me in the past, actually with that same company, was my boss. She was one of those people who was always herself. She wasn't one of those people who was controlling or made herself feel important or more important than anybody else. She really respected all of her employees and the people that worked with her. She trained us all really well. And everybody loved her. I mean, she could get anything done because she was always honest, and people always knew that when you dealt with Hilda, that you were going to get the truth. She wasn't going to, try to finagle something around the edges. She was very upfront and honest, and she was like one of the best bosses I ever had.
And
a lot.
And last question: have you ever been hurt by someone like lying to you or?
Yeah, and this goes back when I was a kid. Actually, I grew up in a really, really close neighborhood, and you're little and you have best friends, that you grow up with, and then you start going to school, and your interests start changing a little bit, and we drifted away. I mean, she just started having different friends than me, and she was the one who drifted. I figured we would just be friends for life.
Mm-hmm.
And it just didn't happen that way, and I was really, really hurt because any attempts that I made, I mean, we still hung out together, but she was always very distant, or she'd say mean things sometimes to distance me because she wanted to kind of have her own thing. And that was hard. It wasn't until I got older that I realized that we just were two very different people, even though we grew up in the same neighborhood, and we did need to go our separate ways. So.
Would you like to say anything to the class of 2013?
Yeah. Good luck. I mean, you guys, get out there and do what you love, and I want to wish each and every one of you all the best after you graduate. It's a really huge step. It's a lot of fun out there, but it's a challenge for everybody, but do what you love and you'll be fine.
Thank you.
Thanks.